Hi guys, my name is Harvey Day, and I wanted to give you a little bit brief information about myself. When I first started to work out, I weighed approximately about 300 pounds. I was a 48-inch waist. I had probably started wearing probably about three XL shirts. Was completely depressed, suffered from extreme anxiety, and as a result of all that, I actually started taking medication, antidepressants, anti-anxiety medication, just to cope and get through each and every day. As I mentioned before earlier in the 21-day coach basics in my introduction video, I am a husband. I've been with my wife for 11 years. We have two beautiful, handsome young boys, Noah and Matthew. And being a parent, or anybody who's a parent can relate to this, that it's extremely difficult because you want to make sure that you're the best parent that you could possibly be, but at the same time your other labels as an employee, as a husband, as a son, as a grandson, and so forth also trickle into your day-to-day routines, and you tend to get overwhelmed. And honestly, when we have such a huge and hectic schedule, we tend to forget about the most important person, and that's ourselves. We tend to neglect our health, we tend to neglect our fitness, and tend to neglect our just basically eating properly. So as a result of having to, I'm a people person, so I love being around people. So what ended up happening is I neglected myself and became overweight, became obese, became a victim to depression and anxiety. But I said, enough's enough. Well, actually, my wife said enough's enough. She goes, I'm tired of seeing you like this. This is not the person that I fell in love with, and as your wife, I need to help you out. So we started to work out together. I started getting a little bit more interested in taking care of myself. I have been diagnosed with ADD since I was 7. Real quick, since I was 7, and I had to take Ritalin, and I took Ritalin for 11 years. And for anybody who knows anything about ADD medicine, they're all appetite suppressant. So I went 11 years without actually eating properly. And once I got off the medication, then I gained large amounts of weight. In 8th grade, I weighed 98 pounds. At my freshman year, I went up to 150. So in one summer, I went from 98 pounds to 150. And so I've always suffered with weight addiction, and in 2001, 2 years before I met my wife, I actually started taking ephedra, which is the worst thing I could have ever done. I lost all kinds of weight. I got down to 160, but just like with the Ritalin medication, once I got off of it, then I gained all the weight back plus more. So when my wife met me, I was taking the ephedra, and I was skinny, I was lean, and I gave off the persona that I was a healthy young man. But once I stopped taking it, then my wife started noticing the weight gain. And so, coming back to what I was saying, so when she noticed that I wasn't the same person, she started to encourage me to work out. So I started to, got with my upline coach, who is Amber, and she introduced me to P90X and Shakeology and all the wonderful benefits that come along with both the program and the product. Started using it. I wasn't really following through with the P90X as far as the meal, but the exercise, I had never had an issue with exercising, so I stuck with that. The meal, I kind of cheated a little bit, but at least I developed, some kind of, I started steamrolling through my fitness. I started getting addicted to it. I started making sure that I woke up early, or before I came home, I went to the gym, just so I made sure that I got the gym in before I came home, and that way I can focus on my kids. Like I said before, I weighed 300 pounds in 2011 when I started. I wore a size 48-inch waist. As I mentioned before, I felt depressed, had tremendous amounts of anxiety. My energy level was completely depleted. As I mentioned before as well, I started P90X. I drank Shakeology about 3 to 4, about 4 to 5 times per week. But now I feel excited to start my day now. I went from 300 pounds. I'm currently 200 pounds right now. I'm trying to break through the 200 pound right now. 200 pound mark. I'm trying to get into the hundreds, which I haven't done since I was 19, 31 now. But I'm super excited to start each one of my days. I started now with exercising. It's the first thing I do. After I come back from the gym, I take I make my Shakeology. My favorite right now is blueberries, oatmeal, agave honey for a sweetener, and some frozen fruits. I love exercising. I love eating well now. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm not super religious when it comes to my meal. I probably could do a lot better in that aspect, but I love everything about fitness now. I want to help people now. I'm super excited. You know, people ask me, "Oh my God, how'd you lose all the weight?" And I say, you know what? Rather than telling you, let me show you. Can we schedule a time to work out together? And and then we can talk a little bit afterwards. Like I said before, I'm not perfect with eating, but I am working towards getting more educated on that aspect. I'm actually working towards getting my personal training license and also getting my certificate in sports nutrition, which I feel would make me a better Beachbody coach in addition to all the great training that I've received. I'm now, once again, I'm a 36-inch waist. I've lost 100 pounds. I'm super stoked about each and every day. I've actually taken the 21-day coach basics twice. The first one I started in May, had some family issues, really couldn't commit to it, and I asked Amber, I go, can I please try this again? You know, this is something I want to do. This is my passion. My passion is to help people, and no better way to help people than to help either save their lives or help them from going down the wrong road like how I did. So she said yes. She goes, so going through this, even though I'd done some of the things and they were still kind of fresh in my mind, I really didn't take in the information the first time as I did this time. So my biggest takeaway is prioritizing, being disciplined, and being committed to what you're doing, saying, and learning. You can't show yourself on Facebook in one way and then live life actually in a different way, meaning that you can't go and say, oh yeah, I work out, I eat well, and I drink Shakeology, but then people say, oh, I saw you in the club drinking all kinds of alcohol and getting wasted. No, that's not the thing. That's not the perception you want to give out to people. So what you do on social media is exactly who you should be in real person. People can read into that. So I just want to say thank you. It was an awesome experience. I look forward to graduating and pursuing my education and becoming a better Beachbody coach. Congratulations to all you guys. Thank you to my upline coach Amber Scott, and thank you to Ashley Morrow, who's been very assistful to me and all my questions that I've had throughout this whole coach basic process. Take care. Best of luck.